Oops, sorry guys. My screen just went crazy. Okay, there we go. All right, now I will call the meeting to order at 4:02, and I will let Arlo take attendance.
Awesome. Hi guys. All right. I'm just gonna go off of who I see on my screen. Also, could everyone do me a favor and type their first and last name, how it's spelled correctly, into the chat, please? That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Anyway, I'm gonna go by who I see first. Ren Stoddard. Justina.
Here, sorry.
Here.
Brian. Alyssa.
Here.
Freddie.
Present.
Taylor. Sam.
Okay.
Nidra. And Oren.
Alive, awake, however we want to call it.
That's good.
Okay. And Fiorella is not here, and that is not excused. So we're going to do approval of the.
Hang on, just say for a point of order, Arlo, just you don't list the guests under members. You didn't have to take attendance for them. You just need to list them as guests.
Got it.
Okay.
So we can start a motion to approve the minutes from August 26th, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion?
Just the changing me to excused.
Yes.
I don't know about the other people. I saw that Oren was also marked as not excused. I don't know if that is.
No, I completely forgot about that meeting.
Okay. Just yeah, just wanted to double check on that. That's all I got.
Motion to approve the minutes. Wait, no, say so.
You already
All in,
moved that.
yeah, so all in favor of approving the minutes.
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions?
I
Aye.
abstain.
Got that, Arlo? Okay, so then we'll do the reports internal. I know we made a few adjustments on them. So Constitution Committee, now Ren will be chair.
We have not met, so nothing to report.
And then the Ways and Means Committee is now Sabrina, and we have also not met, so there's nothing to report for that either. Student Advisory Council, we are actually just meeting this week, so we'll report at our next meeting. Actually, next week, sorry. And then the Student Body Liaison, I'm going to step down from that role, so I would like to ask if anybody would like to step into that role.
So I've been this year. I am on campus 3 days a week. I am willing to take on that role, unless someone else would like to run it. I would love to give someone else the opportunity to do so.
Could you give those who are not fully aware of the position an idea of what that is?
Yes, the Student Body Liaison is like the point person that the students go to and they have issues and stuff, or just not even always issues, like the good, the bad, like just you talk to them, you kind of get a feel of like what's, like how the students are doing and stuff, just checking and talking to them, just being there for them if they need something. I know Kathy probably can give you a better description of it.
So there's also a form that they can complete that's on involvement under student government. So if they want to just send in something, they can send that, and that goes to the student body liaison.
So anybody
question
other than, yeah.
Would it be possible, because we do have a lot of committees we need to fill, Would it be possible if we could send out descriptions of what all these committees are before we assign somebody to them and then possibly assign them at our next meeting? That way people can get a feel for what the committees are for when they meet to make sure they actually do
Yes.
work with their own schedules.
Yes, definitely. And there's a few other ones, so we could just table all of the committees. I'll bring them up as I go down, just saying that that one needs to be filled. But then we could, me and Kathy will try to get that together and email you guys, let you all know, like, so that way it gives everybody a good chance to see it and get a feel before they jump in, or maybe they want to after they read what it is. Yes, Arlo.
I can also volunteer if Oren decides he is not willing.
Okay, well, we'll table all of the committees that need to be filled for today, and then we'll fill them at our next meeting. That would get, and if you two want to do it, that's great. That's awesome. All right, so then we have Academic
So-
Senate with Red. Oh, no problem.
Can I just make one point on that? So the LMS Review Committee, that request came to me yesterday, the day before, and they would like to have the names for that by next Friday. So, and that can be more than one person. And that's for the LMSs are currently, we have Blackboard. So they really want student input on what that's going to look like going forward, if they're going to switch from Blackboard or go to, continue to use Blackboard. So I would strongly suggest that that might be somebody that it's a long-term committee. So definitely it should, and it can be more than one person, should be somebody that's going to be here for a while because they're looking at over a year before this is going to be implemented.
Fran,
I volunteer as tribute. I volunteer so hard for that.
awesome. I knew you were going to say that. That's why I was just like, yep. Would anybody else like to join Ren on this committee?
I have to make another point too. It doesn't have to be current SGA members, so students that are running for SGA, because it doesn't have to be just SGA members. They want student body members. So if anybody that is on the call that's running that would like to sit on this committee, feel free to volunteer.
And when did they meet?
We don't know yet.
Okay.
And my guess is it's going to be Zoom meetings because the person heading that up is a remote working employee.
So if anybody else wants to, you can let Kathy know even later if you decide. It doesn't have to be right this minute. And then let's see. So now we have Academic Senate with Ren.
I have a quick
I,
question.
oh, go ahead, Brian.
I'm sorry, Ron. Just, is that for every committee or just that committee?
That specific committee.
Yeah, just that one.
Okay, just double checking.
But no worries, we're definitely gonna send out the email with all the different committees that we need filled, and because we have quite a few.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, we'll get you on one. Don't worry.
Oh, yes.
I have not received any communication about the meeting yet. Probably because it's just the beginning of the semester, and so I
Yes.
have not been to a meeting. Nothing to report.
So
And
there was
then,
an academic senate meeting Monday. I'll send Ellen your email again to remind her that you need to be on the committee.
Okay, thank you.
You said it was I apologize. It was the academic senate, right?
Yes.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that right now.
And then we have, sorry, going down my list, Student Success Committee, which would be Fiorella. They're not here, so nothing to report. Academic Environment and Technology Committee, I don't think they've met yet. Kathy knows, but
So all the committees will be meeting on September 23rd. So once we have all of the names, I'll get those to Academic Affairs so that you can all be added to the appropriate committees.
that one's Nini, Sinidra. All College Forum, that's gonna be Arlo. Teaching and
We
Learning
did meet.
Committee. Oh, you did? Awesome.
Yeah. not much to report. They're getting ready to send out sense survey to new students that are coming in. This will be happening late September, early October. It's a paper pencil survey. It's going to be happening in the classroom. This will help them understand how to better help students as they come in to the college to see where they're going and how they're doing, where they're at, if they need to, if there's going to be like any need to intervene or anything like that. LMS, which is Learning Management System, they're also trying to pull up, they're trying to make like a committee pretty much for people, students, staff, faculty to all meet. They want it to be equally shared space for all faculty, staff, and students, so they can work on all the learning management system and all that stuff together. And they're currently working on Blackboard, the bookstore, and Canvas and pricing and stuff like that, as well for students. And they're also preparing to get all faculty and staff ready for a training day. So that's all I got for college forum.
Thank you very much. That was a lot. Not all I got. Then the Teaching and Learning Committee hasn't met yet. I'm gonna be on that one. The Curriculum Committee, Alyssa, we placed you on that one. If it's a works with your schedule, we weren't sure yet. We figured we'd ask you today.
What time would that be?
12:30 on Mondays. Like starting the 23rd also.
That doesn't work. I have STEM club then.
No worries. We'll add it to the to be determined list.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine. And then we have the DEI committee, and that's going to be Arlo and Sabrina. I don't know if Sabrina can hear us. If that works with Sabrina also, it meets on 12:30 on Mondays. And then that's the LMS committee. I have that one already. So the other committees that we're gonna post about are the library committee. We're working on the hours. And Oren said that he would like to be the chair of that because he's really passionate about that project. So anybody is able to join Oren in that committee. We'll put out a little bit more about that. The painting committee, there's no chair currently. It was me, but hold on, Oren.
Yeah, so just so everyone's aware for the library committee, I will be upfront. There is not much to do. The biggest thing is I need to work with Kathy, or rather, well, the committee needs to work with Kathy. We wanted for this to be an open letter. Some of it would be distributed to the students as well, so we could have the extra signatures. If that is not going to be feasible in a way that works well, I will simply bring it to the Board of Trustees. The letter is written. We initially had it translated in Spanish, so I have that copy as well. There is not much work. I will be upfront with that right off the bat. It's going to be a question of really, do we bring it to the trustees at our meeting next month or the meeting afterwards?
Okay, good to know. The painting committee needs people on it, obviously. That we're trying to get that circle where we had all the student orgs today. We're trying to get something there painted on the walls. We're not sure what yet, what department's gonna do it, whether it be the, like the facility or like the art department or maybe like the art club. We're still working on that. Who's paying for it? What kind of paint we're allowed to use? There's so many little things that we did start it. We've been emailing, so that committee needs to, restart again. I took a pause over the summer. We also have the furniture committee. And this one, we need to decide whether or not we want to keep this committee or if we just want to let it dissolve. The furniture is in the commons. Gets a lot of use right now. We don't know whether, me and Kathy didn't know whether if we still wanted to have that furniture moved or if the students want to keep it there. So that's something that we need to decide. So I guess I'll get to that after. The marketing committee also, it needs be like I'm leaving in December, so I'm trying to help like fill in some of these slots and have other students do this. So that will be like, posters and trying to like recruit in different ways, posting on the app, things like that. And I'll put more about that in the email. Then we have reports external, and we'll start with the leadership team, Jason.
Thanks, everybody. Trying to find my unmute button like it's my first Zoom meeting of the day. All right, so a couple quick updates. There was a mention of the bookstore. So I wanted to give a quick update on that since this is really our first official meeting of the academic year. So welcome back, everyone, and welcome to our new folks. For those who don't know me, I'm Jason. I'm the Dean of Students here. Please come and see me anytime if you have any questions or concerns. I love the work that our SGA is doing to advocate for students, and I am always available to help and to assist. And our campus staff. I've got enough kids, Oren. I'm gonna pass on that title if that's okay. But I'll be your dad, Oren. How's that sound? Okay, so bookstore. I'm not sure where we left this at the end of the year, but we made the decision at Mount Wachusett to sign a 1-year renewal with Follett, our current campus bookstore. We were at the end of our 5-year contract. The reason we decided to do a 1-year renewal, which is very exciting, is that we had a very rare, never been done before opportunity to join with the 4-year state universities to bid for bookstores for all of us. There was one caveat, and that caveat was that I would serve as the liaison to all of the community colleges who joined. Let me tell you, that is a joy and a privilege every day to wake up to that responsibility. So we have moved very quickly over the summer, meeting with the 4-year universities and a select group of community colleges. There are currently 15 of us who are going to bid together. Why is this important? We are a small community college. When we bid for a bookstore, we get bids that represent our size and the amount of commission sales that we can offer a bookstore, which is not much. So if I could be so bold to say that we are not very sexy to a lot of bookstore purveyors because we just don't have the money to make. When we block book with schools like Bridgewater State, Fitchburg State, UMass Dartmouth, all of a sudden we go from 3,000 students to hundreds of thousands of students, and we become more attractive, and the service that would be provided to us needs to look the same and be the same as the service provided to an institution with 10 or 15,000 students attached to it. So for the first time ever, we are going to have some negotiating power. And that feels really good. I will be honest with you. So as part of the next step in our process, we just had a meeting yesterday. Those are fun meetings. We are in the process of sending out, and we'll be sending out quick surveys for students and for employees. The employee survey is focused on faculty more than anyone else because they are more often directly connected with the bookstore through the ordering of their books and materials, right? Makes sense. And students, you are the primary customer of the bookstore. When I'm done talking, I'm going to put the link to the survey for students in the chat. It is live. They are making some changes, and they are asking the presidents at each institution to send out those surveys. So those will be coming soon. They're due on the 25th. And this is a way to incorporate feedback from all of the participating colleges in universities so that that feedback is incorporated into this process. The good news is that I am not doing this bid process. The state has actually hired a company who specializes in doing exactly what we're doing to do all of the hard work, including collect all of this data, which is awesome. So a process that might have cost Mount Wachusett a lot of money to do on our own, we are also saving money by combining this effort with many other institutions. So the first step in the involvement process is the survey. I would love you as student leaders to do this survey. I will be throwing it out to all students at Mount Wachusett as well, because that is really important. And the second part is when it goes out to bid, we will be invited, all the campuses will be invited to join in on these prospective campus bookstore bids, where they basically tell you who they are, how they do what they do, and what they can offer us. And if they're offering it to Mass Maritime, they need to offer it to Mount Wachusett. And so we're going to sign a statewide contract. So I'm super excited, not about all the work I'm doing for this. That's not so exciting, but it is going to be good for our students and great for our faculty to have a responsive bookstore. It won't be perfect for everyone, but we want to make sure that it is the best bookstore that we can provide to our students and our faculty. Any questions about that? All right, next. We are in the process of getting a new purchase point of service, point of sale system in the Green Street Cafe. What that means is that's how you pay. Right now you pay like it's 1978. It takes forever. The system is going to crash. It's at end of life. We know it. It also does not allow any remote point of service. We would like to be able to use that point of service to sell food after hours, like a coffee truck or those types of things elsewhere in the building. We have, drum roll please, signed a contract, gone to bid, signed a contract, have a new POS system paid for and ordered. It will be coming live in October. The company has to come, work with our IT to install all of the stuff, right? The registers, the POS system, all that good stuff. And it will require us, and I will send out this information as soon as I have dates definitive. It will require us to shut the cafe down for a day in order to train all of our staff and to switch off our current system and turn on the new system and test it. And there's just no other way to do that, but to do that by shutting down the service while we do the training and doing the switchover. So very excited about that. As soon as I tap my card to buy my coffee and it works, then I'm going to switch over to the full bid for the vending. And we will do that next. So stay tuned. Yes, it will have Apple Pay. Yes. It will have all of the cool payment stuff. Maybe not Bitcoin, but other than that, we should be good. I've talked way too much. My allergies are killing me. I barely can speak. So let me stop there, see if there are any questions, and then I'll put the survey link in the chat that you can launch off of. And I do have responses to an item later on, vegan menu options. I have a response to that. I read the agenda before the meeting. I'm a good boy, a good dad, right, Oren? All right, any questions for me?
That's awesome. That's all. I don't have any questions. Thank you very much, Jason. All right, then we're
Questions
gonna.
about anything too, by the way. And I guess the last thing I will say, just to sort of a summary of the start of the year, it has been an incredibly exciting start of the year. You can definitely feel that we have 500 more students than we had last fall. It has been very busy. There have been a number of medical transports. We have lots more students in the building. We have some complicated students in the building. And we're working really hard to kind of make sure that everybody's safe and everybody's healthy. That we've had more medical transports in a week than we had all last spring. And so that has been a lot. We'll just use that technical term, a lot. Our EMTs and our Gardner Fire Department have been awesome, but I think they are getting a little frustrated. So we have had some really good outreach with our local folks. We've also had some pretty significant mental health crises in our building over the last week. Yesterday we did something that we have never done before. Leanne, our mental health counselor, had a crisis student. I had a crisis student. And we had a third student in immediate crisis, and we actually called a mental health crisis center to come here and do a house call. That's not a sustainable model moving forward. So we really do have to think about how we can grow our services to, and we'll talk about this more, I think, as a group. But as our student demographic shifts and changes, so too do our services, right? And we've got to make some decisions about how we grow and evolve, what we do and how we do what we do to meet the needs of the students who are here now. And that is going to be, I think, a challenge for us this year, as we onboard, mass educate, and we continue to attract students with Mass Reconnect. All right, survey link coming.
Well, thank you for all that. Definitely. Now we'll switch over to faculty liaison Candace.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that you can follow that, except for to say, like, there's not a lot of that I need to say. Faculty seem energized, but that's about all I need to say. We have new faculty. That's it. Sorry.
No worries. Thank you so much, Candace. All right. And we have our old business. We have the Spanish Heritage celebration on the Leominster campus on the 19th from 4 to 6. Kathy.
So that's something that the ESL Club in conjunction with the Alana Club and Student Life are hosting. So we would love to get as many SGA members over to the Leominster campus that day as possible. I have rented a vehicle for the day, so I can transport 4 students over to that campus for the event and then drive them home, as long as they don't live like an hour away. Leominster, Fitchburg, Westminster, Gardner area all work. So if you are interested in doing that, if you don't have your own transportation and want to go and would like the transportation, please let me know, because then I have to send you a liability form. The plan is to leave Gardner around 2 p.m. in the afternoon to get over there, get set up, and then I have to actually go and pick up the food while the event is happening. And we should be done. The event's supposed to be finished around 6 p.m. Might be helping with some cleanup, and then I'll transport people home. So, I mean, if you can either let me know right now or shoot me an email if you are interested in attending this event.
Ren.
I am definitely going to attend, and I will add that if there is more than 4 people, I would be willing to also drive people, but I would ask that you would get your own rides home. I could bring you back to the campus, But you would have to just find a way home. So hopefully you can all ride with Kathy, and then there won't be more people who want to. You can ride with me, but I'm not driving all over Massachusetts to get you home. That's all I'm saying.
I will go, Kathy.
Okay, I already have Arlo.
Yep, I'll also be going, and I don't need to ride home afterwards because as long as it's my hometown, so nice and
Okay.
easy.
You know, I think I can go and I can get myself there.
Okay, perfect.
I think we can count Sabrina and Mimi in, but I'm not positive.
Right, and I can transport both of them home if need be.
And Nini's very close.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so new business, for retention plan committee that no longer exists. So Freddie, you're off the hook for that. You can join another one instead. Sorry. Before I get to you, Ren, I have something else too. Last night, one of the students in my class was asking me for their, I always forget the name of the word. It's what Amy did when she went to the preschool, the prerequiem. I can't remember the name of it. It's like
Practicum.
practicum. That's it. Sorry, I don't have to do that, so I just forget. Practicum. For her practicum, and I don't remember her degree, but it's in the science conservation. She wants to build a Native American heritage garden, specifically around the Peace Pole. But then they found her and George were discussing this, and they found out that they were putting the patio over there. So they're wondering two things: if it's still a possibility to build one there, and if not, if they could move the Peace Pole down near the greenhouse and build one around it there. And they asked me if I could bring that up and let them know what they could do or couldn't do. But I wasn't sure.
How much money they got?
Well, I mean, they're maybe part of the Green Society. But
I
let me know
am,
though.
we should probably, and Justina, I don't know if you would like to take the lead on this, but we should probably have a meeting to discuss this. Because I am moving forward for funding to build the patio out by the Peace Pole. Nothing has been decided, but I have, so for those who are new to the bureaucracy of the state system, welcome. You can't build anything on a state campus without drawings and approvals, right? So you can't just be like, hey, let's go get some Quikrete and, pour it on the ground and put something on there. So I need to have a drawing done, and I'm ready to do that drawing, because I would like to create, so we got some money, mental health money from the state to create spaces for students to be in community with each other, that are also outside, right? So this whole concept of taking people outside and having them hang out outside, we know has powerful impacts on mental health for everybody. And so we have created this little catch line. Hold on, let me pull it up for a second because I'm going to butcher this quote. So much Benadryl, so little time. All right, where is the quote is, community is much more than belonging to something. It's about doing something together that makes belonging matter. So this quote, we're affixing to all of these sort of initiatives, and like our new lockers in the student center that have games and activities that are designed to bring people together. And we know that some people want to be alone, and that's cool. They want to do their thing. But we also know that if we can provide tools and environments where students can come together, that magic can happen there too. So where that happens is less important than that it happens. So maybe we sit down together with all of the interest groups and try to come to an agreement about where to put stuff.
Definitely, that sounds awesome. And I could email George. I see them in person again on Wednesday. I can talk to the student. I can't remember their name.
And I would want to reach back out to our wonderful folks who did that peace poll, about now about 10 years ago. And I think I know some of the folks that were involved in that, just to make sure. I don't want to move that thing without making sure. Because as
It's
soon as I move that peace pole, it will become a piece of me pole
yeah.
coming right after.
Bad juju.
Guarantee that somebody will be like, "Where's my peace pole?" I haven't seen anyone standing by that thing in like 8 years. As soon as I touch it, someone's gonna want be in my
I
office.
like I said, I didn't even know there was one until you said where it was. I went, oh, that's what that is. So I get that. So definitely I'll reach out to them and then try to figure out a time that works best for you and everybody else. Okay, next is the Vegan Options Cafe. I'll let Ren take this one.
Thank you. So I want to start off by first acknowledging the amazing steps that Kyle, the Green Street Cafe, and Jason have all taken with the vegetarian options that we have at school. We have non-dairy creamers, we have vegan cheese over by the sandwich section, and we have a vegetarian option entree alongside with the meat entree. So we definitely need to acknowledge the work that has gone so far, and it has been amazing. But I don't think we're done. I think that vegetarian is awesome, but we have many vegan and more vegan students coming in to our campus. And while mac and cheese is delicious for me because I eat dairy, vegans don't. Um, that being said, I have briefly spoken with Kyle, and he seems very open to, and honestly, he seemed a little excited at the option, at the conversation of furthering our vegan choices. And basically, I just want to get that into your head, Jason, and I would really like to, work together with you, Kyle, and see what we can do to make the vegan options a little better. And I know that a lot of money goes into this, and I know it's not going to be fixed overnight. So obviously, I am willing to work with that, and I'd love to get the ball rolling with you, Jason, this semester.
Yeah, are you okay? I asked Kyle to pull some numbers so that we
Yes.
can have a good conversation about it today. So currently, 30% of the hotline menu items in so we do menus, and this will be so much fun for all of you. We do menus for 6 weeks. So we are planning a menu 6 weeks out, and we call that our 6-week cycle, and that's just how we have to order food. So that, if we want to have meatloaf October 3rd, we've got to have those products in our order cycle to be delivered. Right now, 30% of our hotline food options in a 6-week cycle are vegan. Not every day, but 30% of the items that we are offering are vegan. We have all vegan bread products, with the exception of breakfast pastries. So we always have vegan bread in the Green Street. We did try vegan cream cheese last year. It sold like not at all. So we tossed it. My wife is vegan, by the way, so I'm very familiar with what it takes to walk into a market basket and shop vegan. I won't eat vegan cream cheese either, but my wife does. So we have it. Salads, all salads can be made vegan, and what Kyle was talking about is the option of ordering a vegan salad. They tried vegan salads and they didn't sell. They put cheese on a vegan salad and it sold, but then it's not vegan anymore, right? So we've got to figure that out, but that is one option. The deli does allow you to order a vegan sandwich made to order because they have the bread and they certainly have vegan options that they can provide to students on a sandwich. Last year they offered a one pizza was gluten-free and vegan, and they sold 0 slices, not even a slice. So we have tried that option, so we can take a look at that too, because we can do vegan pizza and gluten-free pizza. And our brand new Tractor beverages are all vegan. So that was a new addition. So those bubbly beverages there from the Tractor company, that is a vegan product. So Kyle is very open. Kyle is a classically trained chef. If you don't know that, he's a graduate of the New England Culinary Institute, and can cook anything, and everything. And he's worked at fine dining, 5-star restaurants. He loves working here and he loves cooking for our students, and our faculty and staff. So he's open to everything, but he has a donkey for a boss. That's me. And he can't lose money. And so we've got to find something that we can sell, or that we can have available as a made to order option. And with our new POS system, it is possible that you could pre-order a vegan meal. And maybe what we could do is, like, in the morning, if you want lunch, you can order a vegan pizza and we could make a single vegan pizza for you, and it would be ready for you for like, and that's common in restaurants, right? Is that they will make something vegan for you, but they may not always carry all of the options on the menu. But they will tell you, here's what our vegan option for the day is. And then they will cook it to order so that we're not throwing it out. So that's just an option. But yes, he would be happy to engage in ways that we could broaden our menu.
No, I love that. So it kind of is sounding more to me like we're just not promoting what we have. And I do see Oren's hand up, so I'll let Oren go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask what's probably the stupid question, because, what seems like the simplest solution. What would be the barriers, at least for the salads, to having, a salad base, like a pre-portioned container, and then having the ability to have separately, the toppings that are non-vegan or something similar? What would be I'm sure there are requirements and laws and all that. So can you give us an idea of what that would look like if that is a solution?
Nope, they can absolutely do that. And that's just, again, I think Ren's point is sort of the magical point here is to advertise what we are doing and what we can do better differently. So that students know that they could order a salad. We could have a clamshell salad that's vegan ready to go and add like a seitan top to it. Or add, another vegan protein to it that is separately stored and cooked, but we could add it to the top of that salad. Yeah, Brian?
Oh. So I'm vegan as well, and that's kind of the whole thing I've been talking about. Ren actually was running this whole week kind of about it. So I think for me, honestly, because even to make it more vegan friendly, vegetarian friendly, or whatever, I think customizing is probably the best way to go because you're not losing money if like you do just vegan pizza and no one buys it. If you make it just the base thing is whatever vegan alright and people want to add stuff or take stuff away, it works for everyone.
Yeah, salad. I just put it in there. Salad bars are game changers for ServeSafe. They require us to do some things that are really hard to do, and assume some food handling liabilities that are tough. I mean, I think, Brian and Ren, those points are we don't want to take anything away. We want to have the ability to add to. And so we may just have to build on, some of our program now. I think we actually, Kyle was super excited about the vegan pizzas when he made them. They're good. I've had them. But no one would buy them. So maybe, again, as our demographic changes, and maybe we look at, instead of making a large vegan pizza, that we make customizable single pizzas, right? That pizza is priced for you, and we make it to order, and only takes about 10 minutes to make a pizza. So I think Kyle's also very concerned about time, and food prep, and knowing that, would you wait 10 minutes for a vegan pizza? I don't know. if we get this new POS system and you can order it like DoorDash and then come down and buy it, then yeah, that would be awesome. And this POS system, I believe, has the ability for us to do that. So, Kyle and I are started talking about it today, so I expect that we'll start to see some change. So buy it. Buy it.
Thank you so much, Ren and Jason. So next I have is the benches in the gazebos, another one for Jason. Sorry. Um, I find I've had a couple of people ask me about it, and I've seen it myself. A lot of people just sitting on the ground inside there, and it's not like the cleanest place. Obviously, people are walking on it a lot, and they were just wondering if it would be possible to have like a bench or two just in there to sit down on when they're, in there.
I will check. I will see. As a non-smoker, I don't hang out in there too much, so let me go look and see what we can do.
Thank you. And I also just noticed because the wood is older and it's kind of getting splintery, and people are constantly like leaning on it and
Yeah.
up against it. And then, I don't
Yeah.
want it to like wreck or get them to hurt themselves. Okay.
Yeah,
The next thing
okay, let me look at it.
Go.
I also have a ton of Adirondack chairs, so maybe I could chuck some chairs
Right?
in there.
That'd be good. That's a good place for them. So next I have is the drive-in movie night on 9/27. It starts at 6, and we need volunteers, as always. So if anybody wants to volunteer, I'm assuming Kathy will keep track. Anything else?
Yeah, so we actually, I have to meet with the chief. We don't need a ton of volunteers because it's just a matter of getting cars in and parked. But I have to meet with the chief to find out exactly what we need to do, and then we'll be collecting money from anyone that is from the community. So it's free if you are a student and you come and you bring, 6 other people in your vehicle, assuming you have a 7-passenger vehicle. The whole vehicle is free. As long as you have your student ID, and that includes your temporary ID if I don't have your ID printed yet. But then if somebody from the community wants to come with a carload of people, it's $5 for the carload. So it'll just be a fun event. We're showing Inside Out 2. And Calvin from Next Level Games is going to be providing the screen. We'll have music in beforehand, and if you want to bring a chair and sit outside your vehicle, that's cool too. So it'll be fun.
Maybe some popcorn.
Yeah, you can bring your own food. That's it. We're not
Yeah.
food. We opted not to do that for this time around, but feel free to bring pizza, bring takeout, whatever you want to do. Bring your own snacks.
That is September 27th.
Yeah.
Is the comments. And then we also have announcements, guys. Oh yes, wait, one more before we get to announcements. Also, Marty's Market. Kathy, would you like to tell them about that? And the
Oh, yeah.
volunteers
I was
and
like, what am I
tip.
talking about? I forgot. Yes. So I had a conversation with Terry Young the other day, our basic needs coordinator, and they are having a really tough time being able to keep having somebody available at the market. So they would love to have some volunteers. So I said I would bring it before SGA to see if SGA would like to fill some of the times that they're looking for. I just need to find the times. Hang on. Because they need help both on the Gardner campus and the Leominster campus. Here we go. So they are looking for help in Leominster Monday and Tuesday from 2:30 to 8, and Wednesday 9 to 4, Thursdays 9 to 3. So this can actually work in conjunction also if you are doing SGA hours at that campus and you get trained to do the food pantry. You can be doing SGA hours and then just be available for a student with the food pantry. Gardner, they're looking for Monday through Thursday between 4 and 7 p.m. They would love some help. And then they're going to start once a month On a Friday, they're gonna close the food pantry and they want to do a deep clean and like reorganize things. They don't have the date yet, but it's gonna be one Friday a month. Usually like they're looking at between 11 and 1. So think about it. I know as we have elections and new members are added, you'll be adding to availability for the SGA booth, whether it's Leominster or Gardner. So we can maybe work some of those times into also helping at the food pantries.
So thank you, Kathy. Okay, now to announcements. We have mini golf in the Commons next week on the Wednesday, starting at 9 a.m. So that should be fun. You guys can come in and play some mini golf. It'll be all set up. No, Kura wants to play too. Kathy.
Before you get too far, because there's a couple things that I missed on the agenda that should be on there. We have the and this is especially for the people that are running for SGA. We have a fall leadership conference, November 14th and 15th, which is in Westford, Mass. And this is all of the 15 community colleges get together. Students from all those colleges get together for pretty much a day and a half. You come in on Thursday morning and you're done by Friday at noon. It's an overnight. So I am going to put in the chat momentarily the application for that. If you are interested in attending, there's no cost to you. We cover all the costs, includes food, hotel stay, gives you an opportunity to go to workshops with some great presenters like Jason, who's presenting as usual. But then you get to meet with students from other campuses across the state, other community colleges. We have 15 community colleges plus the Rhode Island community colleges. We usually have at least 12 or 13 of those schools bring students. So we're hoping I'm on the committee again this year. Surprise, surprise. But we're hoping to have a good turnout. So when I made one, I know 4 people have submitted the application, and just because you submit the application doesn't mean you're going to get chosen once we get all the applications in. I'll sit with Jason and we'll figure out how many students we can bring. I have added an option if people need a ride. Initially, I was saying people had to do their own transportation, but it seems like that might be an issue. So the college doesn't have a vehicle, so like I did for next week, I'd have to rent a vehicle. So I've added that to the form. So if you are interested in going, one of the questions is, you need transportation. So I'll add that. And then we also have, we still have nominations open for the elections that are taking place September 30th through October 3rd. The nomination papers need to be completed by next Friday, the 20th at 2 p.m. Currently, we have 11 people that have submitted the initial nomination paper, and of those 11, we have 7 of them that have their required 7 signatures. So that means there are 4 others that don't have all the signatures yet. So right now, those 7 people that have all the signatures will appear on the ballot. I have the links to the other 4 people. Some of them did this back in the summer and did the electronic version, so they're having a tougher time getting signatures. So I'm going to put all those links also in the chat. Feel free to sign for them to get more people on the ballot. There are 6 positions open, and it would be really nice to have some competition. And then that'll bring us up to our 15 members if we fill all 6 positions. And then SGA has 3 additional positions that are appointed that they have the option to fill or not fill after elections if the need arises. So I'm going to put all those links in the chat. And hopefully they all work. So you can see the name of each candidate and then the link, and then below it at the bottom is the application for the conference.
Awesome. Sorry, trying to open them real quick before I. All right. Then I think that was just about it. And so our next meeting will be September 26th, and our next off week meeting for the people that are on the Ways and Means. Hold on, Arlo. Right.
Sorry, finding my mute button.
Sorry.
I just wanted to make an announcement for those of you who are going to be attending meetings once a month and bringing things back to SGA. Can you please write your minutes down and send them to me via email in a doc so then I can attach them to my minutes so I don't have to write everything you say in the Zoom meeting? Can you just put that in a document for me and send it? I would greatly
Yes,
appreciate it.
please.
Thank you.
And Ren.
I just had a question. Cause I'm reading the end here. So we are not having our off week meeting next week. However, Constitution Committee does have something that needs to be discussed. So I would appreciate if we could assign who's going to which committee before we leave today so that I can get an email vote going on, because I don't want to hold up the particular issue that it's not an issue. It's just a club asking
Yeah,
to
the
be
only reason we
created.
rescheduled
And I
it.
don't want to, because of the event. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. But I don't want to keep that group waiting for another month.
true.
So I'd like it if I could do an email vote that way.
Yes, I can get you that list. It's on my desk.
Oh,
So I'm like, don't have that one on me right this second.
that's fine. I'm
I
going to
did
see
put
you every day.
I did put people in them. It's just
Okay.
on my desk.
Yeah.
I might have a photo. Hold on. Kathy sent me a photo of it yesterday. Hold on. There it is. Okay, so for Ways and Means, it is going to be myself, Sabrina as the chair, and then Alyssa and Arlo. For Constitution Committee, Ren, you're the chair. And then we have Nini, Oren, and Fiorella, and Freddie. And then once the new people are all good, we will also assign you to one of those committees.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Thank God Kathy texted me. Any more questions? Good. All right, then oh yeah, so we're gonna reschedule that meeting. Not sure exactly when yet. I don't know, it's everybody's schedules. It's very hard to fit one in, but we will. So I will email everybody out tomorrow to try to figure out when we can meet for those two committees. Other than that, I will call the meeting to adjourn at 5 o'clock on the dot.
Ooh.